Whenever you think it's over and out, well, there's always a surprise around the corner. And we saw that this weekend with the Moribund Blues bouncing back at Wembley. That and a lot of other stories we are here to discuss with you on the show today. Welcome back to Fantactix Podcast. Sabubu, a warm good day to you.
And a good evening to you too.
In the words of a famous Spanish tactician. How was the weekend?
Well, the season is getting to a
I was
point.
asking how your weekend did.
No,
Season,
I
now
will
the
tell
answer.
you how the weekend went. Let me speak about
You
it.
see, investors, is a season that used to determine their weekend.
This season is winding down, and some people's lives are winding down.
Oh, God.
As it
Same
stands,
us.
the weekend went well. We had a lot of football actions. 2 different competitions, matches in England were played. The oldest Federation Cup
Competition.
cup competition, the semi-finals, took place at the famous Wembley Stadium, where for like 10 minutes, Southampton scared the citizens. But
the quality,
a deflected shot, and a superb winner
Golazo
took Man City to the final, 4th straight FA Cup final for them. Then on Sunday, the Blues
they shook off their blues.
Yeah, I that match, a lot of my Chelsea fans said Chelsea should have gone harder. And I said, well, if there's anything Chelsea did that surprised everybody was to nullify the high pressing of Leeds and their push. Leeds, they play very fast. They play without the handbrakes. And maybe that sack did something for the team. I felt the team down tools in their previous matches, but we can't say.
All right.
That's everybody's assumption. But it's going to be on May 16th at Wembley, Man City versus Chelsea. We look forward to that match. Trust me. It's going to be fireworks. Anybody that says Man City will roll over them, I'm sorry. They have a chance. But if they can get to the final, they are good enough to be there.
Well, it's going to be another fixture that everyone is looking forward to. Talking about fixtures that everyone is looking forward to, the Champions League is also back this week. So we are going to be looking at that and more on the show. But before we dive into this and that, I just want to, talking about, you talked about Chelsea and them down in tools, and also, Man City are in frame for a domestic treble. Well, Arsenal took the opportunity to, put the pressure on Man City by picking up 3 points in their last Premier League encounter. Beautiful goal by Eberechi Eze to put them in the driving seat. So it's pressure on Guardiola now. But I just speculatively, do you think if Guardiola wraps up a treble this season, he'll be saying goodbye to City?
Well, I wish I knew his plans, to be honest with you. I wish I knew it. If he does it, it will be the second time he's doing it, right?
I mean, one would say that there's nothing really left to excite him. There's no challenge for him anymore. Dominating, he has dominated the league. He has won the Champions League with City. So I don't think there's anything left really that you say Guardiola is looking forward to doing. He has built a dynasty, and one would say he will just...
There's one thing about coaches. When a coach has won trophies over time and he sees a new breed of competitors coming up, they prefer to just live on the eye. It happened to Sir Alex. It happened to him too in Barcelona when Madrid picked up. And it's likely going to happen in England sooner or later, because Liverpool will come good. Arsenal are still going to keep putting a team together.
A challenge, yeah.
Chelsea has the squad. They just need a leader, an orchestra to,
to conduct
the team.
Things.
You understand? And United is there. You can't kick them out. Yeah. They have the history. They have the players. You know what I'm saying?
They have the resources.
You have the resources. So he knows that he can't do this forever.
Yeah, that's
true.
To
get to a point, you have to leave you have to leave it for the other guys to come up. Ferguson was smart when he left, when the City guys were buying up everybody.
Yeah.
He knew he had to leave, so he won't be disgraced out. You know, yeah, it's true.
I don't think it will ever get to that. I mean, Pep being disgraced out. But talking about standing between, teams and their goals. Now we are talking about Pep on the brink of a domestic treble, signing off on a high. But standing between him and his goals is a manager sacking Chelsea. Now, looking at that performance, you made a comment earlier on the show when we just came on that Chelsea had down tools. Looking at that performance at Wembley, it looked almost like an unrecognizable, team. There was fight, there was tenacity, there was control. Even the much erratic, Sanchez was much, he was informed. So ah, I don't know what's the problem with that club. Is it that they didn't like Rosenior, or there was no stability, or what is actually the problem? Because the Chelsea we saw, if they had played like this the previous 5 games that they couldn't get a goal, they would at least have gotten something reasonable that would have pushed them towards Europe.
First of all, the match was a one-off match. There's no second chance. So they just have to go there and do the business.
So all the other Premier League match now, when they no qualify for Champions
Well,
League, they get second chance.
They have a second chance to either play in the Europa League if they win the FA Cup. They still have the league positions to fight for.
Europa League. It's such a shame that Chelsea are now reduced to what you associate with a Europa League place.
You know why? See, for Rosenior, I really do not understand what happened in the dressing room. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was as if the lost team in the last 6 games, all of a sudden maybe they were boosted for the match against Leeds United. But we know who's in the final now, right?
Yeah.
For the Champions League position in England, Aston Villa won, right? Liverpool won. Manchester United is expected to win. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's going to be fight to the finish. There's a one-off match this weekend in the Premiership between Manchester United and Liverpool. So that really go a long way in the standing of where each
So
person
are you still putting Chelsea in the picture of Champions League qualification?
The problem Chelsea has presently as we talk is a team called Aston Villa. They won.
The resurgent Aston Villa.
And
I think Liverpool has already broken away. There's a 6 point.
And they are playing at home this weekend to a Spurs. So Spurs might be getting closer to relegation or survival. It now depends on the results from that match. You get what I'm talking about?
So it's a really crazy one.
Because we know already that Burnley and Wolves are
the
gone.
relegation battle is just West Ham and Spurs now.
And West Ham won at home to Everton.
They are looking really good.
You understand?
So Spurs will actually be very.
They have to
very
They
worried.
have to be perfect in their 4 matches.
And now they have lost one of their most exciting players, at least for the moment. He has shown signs of good form.
For the season. He's out for the World Cup.
Xavi Simons is out of the. So you just get even more worried for Tottenham Hotspur. But well, we wish Deserve luck and we wish them luck. Their beautiful stadium might be entertaining championship teams.
Then Inter needs just one more win to be crowned champions.
I think
same with Barcelona, because Madrid drew again.
Talking about coaches, I think Madrid are another team that can't wait to see the end of their interimness.
Well,
we were saying something about Perez regretting why he sacked Xabi Alonso.
There is a gist going around, and it might be real, that Perez is trying to
lure the special one.
No, the special one, the gist is there. He wants the job more than Real Madrid wants him. The coach of Argentina, after this World Cup, Scaloni. There's a talk that is speaking to him.
Do you think that's a good fit? I mean, there's nothing really One would say
He can
winning the
manage
World Cup.
stars.
One would say
He can manage stars.
in this era, do you think managing stars is enough?
Ma- Ma-
We have seen the tactical managers.
Madrid would have to put order in their dressing room. Perez would have to sit down and tell the manager that you run this club. Because as long as you have a Vinicius Junior that can go to Perez's house anytime he likes, or an Mbappe that just came into a club less than 2 years and he has so much influence, then we know there's a problem. Bellingham is one of the level-headed players they have in that team presently. So Madrid will have to sort out themselves.
Crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of clubs are going to be in the market for managers. And in fact, there might be even more intrigue to come. Remember, Manchester United are also in the picture. Depending on the outcome of Arsenal's title challenge, both in the Premier League and the Champions League, they might also be looking for a manager. But hey, that is why we love football. And that's why you have the Fantactix Podcast, give you update. We'll just go for a short break, and when we come back, we dive into the Champions League and all that concerns football in the coming week. Don't go anywhere.
Who doesn't like European nights? Paris will be center stage for the first semi-finals of UEFA Champions League.
Yes.
Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern Munich.
Like you said, cream de la cream
of European football.
The best of the best.
I tell you.
Two clubs that are currently on fire and play the most electrifying of football.
Oh my God.
Wow. PSG have kicked up a notch, taking it another level since the knockout stages, since coming through the playoffs. I don't know what that playoffs does to them. Next season, please, they should allow them to qualify on time, because it seems anytime they pass through playoff, they become terrorists.
That playoff tends to give the coach time to rethink. You understand? Because playoffs is more like you are given another chance again, right? Now, matches at Parc de France,
the Prince,
or whatever they call the stadium,
yes,
is not only about football, it is glamour.
Yeah.
You see the best of the best in fashion, in sport, in entertainment, in politics at that stadium tomorrow. Now, why is Bayern Munich playing the first leg away from home? In the group stage, any team that finishes first and second have the advantage of playing all their first legs away from home.
And depending on where you also finish, and depending on where your opponent also finishes, you have that advantage up until the semi-finals to play. So Arsenal and Bayern are two teams that have that enjoy that privilege now, as far as they go.
That match, it's meta football against sexy football.
Which one be meta? Which one be sexy?
Paris Saint-Germain plays sexy football. Bayern Munich play metal attacking football.
I would have said, funny enough, I would have said Bayern plays sexy and PSG play metal. Because when you look at it, the intensity with which PSG deploy it, they ping it around like it's ping pong. So
when you ping pong something, it's not metal.
No,
it's precision. The Germans will come at you. They will press your neck, break it, reconstruct it, and break it again.
Whether it's sexy or whether it's metal, let's look at some of the key battles that are going to define that fixture.
Company is not going to be on the bench.
Whether in the bench or in the chair.
He can't even communicate.
No, he can always communicate.
He can't, right? That's a new law.
Is that the new rule?
Yes, he can't communicate.
Oh, wow.
So once they come down from the team bus, a UEFA representative will escort it to the VIP stand to watch the game.
Anyways, he doesn't need to communicate with. There will be a ton of analysts, and of course, his coaching team, he would have deployed instructions. But like you said, that would have a little influence on the game, because having your manager on the sidelines to react to the game as it goes is always very important. But like we said, let's look at some key battles that are going to define that fixture. And we are going to start from the flanks, because that's where both teams are very influential. So you have Olise coming up against Nuno Mendes, and you have Diaz coming up against Achraf Hakimi. Who do you think wins on that front?
The first leg is in Paris, right?
Yeah,
Advantage PSG.
advantage PSG. On the other end, we have the very merciless and clinical Kvaratskhelia and Desire Doué coming up against whoever is going to be in that
Yeah.
flank, because we don't understand Bayern Munich
You
right
know.
back and left back
see,
anymore.
see, for Bayern to escape the Parc des Princes on scratch,
Yeah,
they will have to be very, very focused. It's not the fiasco they had against Real Madrid, though. This is not Real. This is Paris Saint-Germain. They are the defending champions. Not the rubbish they were playing 3-3 as if they were playing basketball. Little margins will play a very big part in this match. Harry Kane would have to be as clinical as possible because he might not have a second chance.
No,
because PSG would have more of the ball in this match, right?
I think we can't fault Harry Kane for finishing, because
even
against Madrid, his first chance, his first clear chance, he buried
awesome.
the ball. Like you said, PSG are going to be in much of a control. How important is it going to be for Bayern to stifle the influence of Vitinha?
Let's leave what's his name? It's not Kvaratskhelia, you call him.
Yes.
My main concern for that match is Doué, because he's the person that will do a lot of damage that you might not even know.
Well, the viewing center where I watched ball last, one guy said, "This Doué, he too dey Doué."
Yeah, because the guy dey Doué. You know why? Because you watch him play and you wonder. He reminds everybody of Ryan Giggs, Robert Perez. The way he just, he's gone.
Yeah, I like the physicality about him. He's very physical for a player that
Bakola
has
is still in that same team.
Yeah.
So you can understand.
And then, of course, you can write off the Ballon d'Or. Reigning.
So the match is going to be full of intrigues.
Yeah.
Just keep your defense line. Now, this is a team that, thank God, Bayern don't play high line. They are well settled at the back. So we know that when it comes to I don't know what happened to them against Real Madrid, but they've been conceding goals lately like mad. They are winning matches 4-3, 5-4. This is the European night.
So, if you were to hazard a guess for the investors, what do you think will be the outcome of that fixture, investment-wise?
PSG win or draw.
PSG win or draw. I would say both teams to score and an over 2.5.
Yeah, it's a semi-final match, so a lot of tactics will come into it.
Yeah, but like you said, company is not going to be on the touchline. And PSG will be looking to press an advantage because they'll probably not see much also when they go to the Allianz Arena. So I would say an over 2.5, but we will be there to see how that unfolds. Make sure you are here with us next week because we are going to break it down.
Then on Wednesday at the Wanda Metropolitano, it's going to be the fearless Atletico Madrid against the not too sure Arsenal team. Well, but ironically, Arsenal seem to be a different team when they play in the European continent.
Yeah.
I think their style of football suits the Champions League very well.
Well, forgive me for saying it, but their quarterfinal flattered to deceive.
Yes,
right? Yes. Against over 2 legs against Sporting Lisbon. But like you said, this is a perfect opportunity for the Gunners to remind European competition why they were able to navigate the Swiss format and come out top, beating some of the teams that are now being touted as the winners of the competition, right? So you can never write off the Gunners. But we have an Atletico Madrid that has, grown into their own when it comes to attacking wise, with Lookman complementing that attack, the dynamism, and of course Giuliano Simeone and Alvarez, the dynamism around that team.
Two of their big players are not going to be playing. I can't really remember their names and their starters, so it might
also deplete their intensity.
It will likely they will have to change how they play the match. For us now, they have to avoid defeat, so they have what they can take back to London next week. For Atleti, if they come out too much, they can be hit on the break. We saw that against Barcelona. So that match will likely be won in the midfield.
So who would you point or highlight as the players to watch in that match?
All Black first, the goalkeeper.
Is All Black back?
Yes, he's back. His saves have been crucial for that team for years. Alvarez, we don't know where he'll be deployed.
No, I think he's through the middle as
Then for
centre forward
Lookman,
now.
Lookman has been on and off. But his first few months, he was on fire. Maybe that's the match that might really bring out the beast in him. You know what I'm saying? But for us now, that defense has to be tight. Nkapia has been impressive. He has been playing, and Arsenal don't seem to miss Calafiori. Right fullback, most people wish Timber is back.
Timber is back.
So it's likely going to be between Mosquera and Ben White.
You know, there's a funny thing. People don't really get to understand how important Jurien is to Arsenal's play. Do you know that Arsenal's struggles in attack have coincided with the injury to Timber? Is a very important outlet, and his ability to go forward and track back is something that is underappreciated. Well, like you said, Arsenal will just need to avoid defeat primarily, but can they do that? Only time will tell, and we look forward to watching that game
Then
on Wednesday.
we need to rush through the whole thing. Now we can talk about the Europa League because we're in the semi-final stage. We have two English teams playing semi-finals. Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, then Braga will take on Freiburg. Quick one.
Well, Braga Freiburg, with Braga host at home, I'll be backing them to get either a win or a draw.
What about Nottingham Forest?
Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, a very interesting one. Funny enough, do you know that either of these teams might end up in the Champions League if they win the Europa League?
Sure.
That's really crazy. I would also back Nottingham Forest with a win or draw since they're at home.
Then the conference semi-final is Real Vallecano versus Strasbourg, Shakhtar Donetsk versus Crystal Palace.
For Rayo Strasbourg, it's looking more like both teams to score. And then for Shakhtar Crystal Palace, I'll back Shakhtar with a win or draw.
Okay. Now, on Saturday, West Ham will have to avoid defeat against Brentford if they want to have any chance of staying in the Premiership. Because if they lose this match, they will have to beat Arsenal in their next match. And everybody knows Arsenal is pursuing the Premiership. What do you see in that match?
So this is the interesting part about the league because, you know, a lot of people are already writing off Tottenham. But with the fixtures, the run of fixtures that West Ham has, there is likely going to be double jeopardy. There's going to be some more drama in that relegation race. I don't see them beating Brentford, to be honest.
Brentford is trying to get into
Europe. But it looks like a match that might end up in a draw. So I'll back Brentford to get a win or a draw.
What about Arsenal Fulham Saturday?
Arsenal Fulham is a straight win for Arsenal for me. At home, I don't see any other outcome.
Then the match that you've been waiting for, you talked about this match all the time, Como Napoli.
Como have been impressive. I don't know. I think over the weekend, Nico Paz, he picked up an injury, so we don't know if he would play in that fixture. But I see Como with a win or draw, funny enough.
Because Como needs to win to come back in the Champions League position because as it stands, Conte's men are second, AC Milan third, Juventus fourth, Como fifth.
We'll keep our eye on that one also.
Then PSG can win the Championnat this weekend. They are 6 points ahead of Lens presently, and they are home to Lorette.
Let's see. Depending on the outcome of their fixture against Bayern, they might have one eye on the return leg. So that's also something to look out for. But you also expect goals.
In France, there are 18 teams. They've played 30 matches. So if they win, with their mathematically they are already champions.
All right.
Then on Sunday, one of the oldest rivalry in England will take place at Old Trafford. Manchester United versus Liverpool.
From a bad perspective, if you are a Chelsea fan, if to say una players know they do like people where they wish, these now opportunities where they for take advantage because somebody go collect for this match. And even if nobody collects, say both teams draw, it would have been an opportunity to progress up the table. But this is going to be an exciting match because these are two teams that are here and there. They can be exciting on their day. They can be lethargic on their day. But this rivalry always sparks them to life. So it's going to be an interesting fixture. I actually would back Manchester United with the win based on their form against their top rivals since Michael Carrick came into the hot seat at Old Trafford. So that's just it for me.
Then Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur.
Well,
at Villa Park. You know, if you talk.
Tottenham can be consoled by the fact that them and their fellow rival for relegation will lose this weekend. They are likely to lose. So they can be consoled in that fact. They go again next week when West Ham will be facing an even tougher opponent. So it might be an advantage for them.
So this weekend, if Napoli cannot beat Como and Inter beat Parma, Inter will be champions of England.
Whether Napoli and Como can take care of business for themselves or not, I don't see anybody causing any upset in the Serie A. It's Inter's championship now.
Before we go, the two semi-finals of the Champions League, where do you see problems and where do you see strengths in less than 30 seconds in the two matches?
All the teams that are in these semi-finals have done something right to be in the position they are in. For the PSG and Bayern fixture, these are two teams that excel at attacking, controlling the game. They have explosive wingers who can determine the outcome of the match in one-on-one duels. They are very similar. PSG and Bayern are very similar. The difference, like I said earlier, is going to be the Portuguese wizard, Vitinha, for Bayern. And because his ability to control that game alongside João Neves in midfield and maybe
Vitinha for PSG.
Vitinha for PSG is likely going to be the difference maker, because when it comes to that midfield battle, I see PSG having the upper hand against the likes of Kimmich, Pavlovic, and maybe Gnabry, depending on Musiala. Musiala is not up to full fitness, so I see PSG resting that midfield battle, and that might be the difference for Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid have shown that they are in a good attacking place. They are able to score goals, but they have also shown that they are now, as opposed to what we knew them for being solid at the back, they are now more vulnerable in defense. And Arsenal can score goals. Eberechi Eze is back, and somehow we have seen Arteta put him in a midfield alongside Odegaard and Rice. Now, this is something that, can really spark up that season, because they have two deadly players in attacking areas.
Do you realize that over the weekend was the first time Odegaard, Rice, Eze, and Saka on the pitch for the first time?
Yeah, so it's really crazy, and this is that time of the season where Arteta wants to get his best players on song, and if they can play to the best of their ability, they are going to trouble Atleti, because Atleti's defense is there for the taking. You already mentioned that there will be some suspensions. I remember seeing 2 yellow cards, misses next match, but I don't really remember also. But that's going to really be important. And depending, like you said, I'm not sure Black is back yet, but even if he's back, he might not be up to full fitness. So Atletico is vulnerable at the back. Arsenal have, however, looked shy of scoring goals. So, man, is more evenly placed than one would expect.
Arsenal plays Fulham on Saturday. If they win Fulham, City plays probably next day.
Everton. They play Everton
away.
on Monday.
They go away to play Everton.
Yes. So, I think Chelsea are also playing on Monday.
And they will be 6 points behind.
Yes.
Everton looking to go to Europe. What do you say about that match before we leave?
Man City have an eye on the title. I don't see anybody stopping them from picking points. I don't see anybody beating them. Well, if Everton can get it draw, I think that match is at the Etihad, which makes it even worse.
Nope.
Is it at the Dickinson Stadium? Okay. Well, that's
after that they're going to Bournemouth.
So that's drama. But like I said, I don't see anybody stopping City right now. So, guys, that's that for the show today. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate your engagement on all our platforms. Please, if you're watching us for the first time, do good to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and encourage us so we can continue to deliver you wonderful content.
We have come, we have seen, we have talked. Next week, Monday, we'll see you again. Cheers.